That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me Fuck all that shit, just let me go.
Most badass love cast and all the no man, ladies and gentlemen. I'm talking to you here with Dr. Jeannie.
Hello.
You talked me into a love phones.
Yes.
You did it. You talked me into love phones. Doesn't get any views, but it definitely get her. It's my most proud work, but nobody wants to watch it, and it's unfortunate. I'll tell you how it works. Although we don't have to do this as much because the drama crowd's gotten a lot older. You got to state your age right off the bat, especially if you're under the age of 18. No graphic sex talk. Although we don't usually have a problem with that. I don't care if you're trans, straight, or gay. You got an issue. A lot of you guys have played too much Sonic the Hedgehog and Overwatch or whatever the hell you do. You like to call in and say what's wrong. And if you noticed, I've gotten a few guys laid and cured cancer. My greatest accomplishment. And it's the same advice every time, but people just need to hear it for themselves. And if they actually try it, it works because it's simple. It's simple. It's easy to learn. It's hard to implement because it takes.
Do you have a clip of that?
Guts. Oh,
hey,
no.
Tommy, can you help me talk to people my age? For some reason, I can only get the young ones.
Where did that? I didn't turn that on.
Why don't? It was probably when you fucked it up last stream. Maybe no.
I forgot to fix it this stream. Yippee-yay. Let me leave it on if it's not
Good
that
Lord.
annoying. It wasn't that annoying.
No.
Unless we get
well, maybe people will donate just to kind of get you off guard now.
Could be. I didn't know it was going to work like that. So what you got to do is you got to go to Discord, go in and wait in a call, and we'll take you. But first, a story. Me and Jeannie were watching, and I wonder why. I really wonder the psychology behind this. It's about this woman who thought everybody was imitating her, and she would a guy would walk up to her and say hey, you got a cigarette? Why are you imitating me? I just wanted a cigarette. And then this woman would record it and go off. Of course, you got a job as a security guard at some point because that's where you put completely insane people in charge of other people and give them power over others. So this woman's completely bizarre. She's accusing people of stealing her eyeliner, her look, her everything. Completely crazy. Goes into a woman who is trying to get people off of death row, but she does it sort of from a religious slant. And this woman starts screaming at her, why aren't you doing this secularly? Objection! Objection! It's just completely bizarre. And the only thing I could think of, because I'm a man and I can't help it, is what is this woman like in bed? I mean, is she scratched? Does she scream and yell? Does she hit you? I mean, that's the only thing that can come to my head is yeah, she's pretty crazy, but I bet she's a lot of fun. And put a one in the chat if you're a guy or you're a girl and you know a guy like that likes that crazy broad. And that's right. Seth Jorgens, love someone saved my love life. It did, actually. For 2 years, Seth. Now she's got a steady boyfriend because of me. Also, you have marital problems. I can take care of that, too. I take care of it all. And actually, we have Luke in the chat. Ooh, that's going to go. The anime. That's your first. Drop the anime. Drop the anime right off the bat. Yeah, it's going to be a dark one, by the way. Because that's the way I want to do it. So we'll take Luke first. And usually we get the first one out of the way, we got people pouring in after that, and then we can't stop it. No extra show
Uh,
today. No extra show. Luke, why don't you wait till you're introduced, you dipshit? First thing, don't interrupt the lady. Luke, how can I help you on love phones?
yes, I'm going into my senior year of college, and I was just kind of looking for more general advice, nothing specific about how does the game change, or does it change at all? Like,
In senior
do
year?
girls actually, do girls
No.
actually like start growing up and being more adultish, or do they
No.
still act like
Well,
very childish?
is that your
Because
problem?
I've been told that
Is that your
I've been told that
problem?
it's just kind of a
Is
thing.
that is that your problem? The girls are just too immature for you.
Well, I'm don't want a girl who all she cares about is like
That's not what I
partying and
asked
like
you.
trying to live the college
That's
lifestyle.
not what I asked you. Is that
Okay,
been your
repeat the
problem?
question.
Yeah, is that your problem? Everybody's too immature for you.
It's been a part of the problem, I would say for sure.
How bad
I mean,
is
not
how
everyone's
bad
like
is
that.
how bad? No, I'm not talking. I'm talking about you, not them. First off, lose the fact. Stop blaming society and work within the field you're on, and not the field you want to play on. There you go. First bit of advice. What was college like? What was your college dating life like?
I mean, I've had a few girlfriends, but they
Okay.
don't really last that long. So
Well, what usually break up?
I just,
Do you want to do love phones? Do you want me to do love phones? Come on now.
well, like I said, I'm just asking for a little bit more general advice. Like
I
if
don't
I had a
know.
specific situation.
I got to be honest with you. I'm going to say this like honestly. It sounds like you want me to reaffirm what you already know. That's what it sounds like.
Okay.
Yeah, it does. It does. And I'm not being like a dick here. You want me to tell you that everyone's fucked, and I'm not going to do that.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, you do. It's first of all because it's not going to help you. So let's get to what you want, and then I probably could actually give you some reasonable advice that's general, but I need more background from you because I know why girls are turned off from you right away. I could tell immediately. So what has been the problem in the last 4 years? Why were you breaking up?
Well, a lot of it has been. Most of these girls, they're just not very modest at all.
Stop
Like
talking
they,
about them and talk about you. I don't care about them. Why are you breaking up? Are you breaking up with them or are they breaking up with you?
just like morality differences.
Okay. Give me last breakup morality difference. Give me the scenario.
It always just goes back to them, Tommy. So it's like when if I'm going to answer your question, it
No,
has to go back.
It's you. It's you.
I mean, I can break up with somebody and I can feel like it's on them.
You're the problem. I'm telling you right now, you're the problem. I can tell you right now because you can't discuss with anything because basically you want a relationship, right? Correct.
Sure.
Yeah, and like in order to have even a modest Christian or whatever kind of girl, you have to have a give and take, and there's no give and take with you, none. I could feel it in our conversation, what have you. You have to meet somebody in the middle somewhere, and that's like real advice for anybody. You want them to conform, and you have to kind of meet in the middle, and you're not willing to do that. I can see that already, just this quickly. So, like, my next question is, what do you want? Like, not what kind of girl? What do you want in a relationship? How do you see it going? Because then I could actually probably help you after that.
I want somebody who's just like very loyal, like that I don't have to worry about, any sort of like cheating or any sort of situation where I feel like that I was betrayed. And I feel like that's been really hard to find during college.
Have you been betrayed before?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is tough to find.
And it sucked a lot the first time.
Because
so that's been the main problem, Tommy.
Okay. Now we're getting somewhere. All right. So you date a chick, you think it's like you're going. I'm going to use an old word here, so don't laugh at me too hard. And it's even older than my generation. You want to go like steady with them. You want to be exclusive. That exclusive was my generation. Steady was the one before that. And it just doesn't work out. They end up hooking up with somebody across the hall or something like that. Correct?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
I mean, that's been very common in college.
First of all, I'm going to believe you if you tell me. Have you made it abundantly clear to the girl that that you want it to be sort of an exclusive situation?
Well, I mean, there's not really any girl in particular currently, but like every time that there is one, I do make that clear.
You make that clear, and every single time. Every single time?
I know not every single time, but I mean, this has been something that's happened before, sure. And it's like I'm not gonna lie, like there is still like a lot of like tenderness about it happening. Like it's not something that's like easy to get over.
Sure.
So it's just kind of something that like sticks with me, and then
it's
just always in the back of my head.
Sure, but that's another thing that's you too. You got to stop. You got to be able to deal with it. Part of the problem is you're in a college environment. Are you very Christian oriented? Is that the type of wife you want? Forget the loyalty part. Do you see yourself as
Yeah,
being
I
sort
would
of
say so.
okay, that's fine too. And
Christian morality.
by the way, okay, you are in the wrong place to find the wrong girl.
Yeah, I know.
Why do you want to find them in college? Though? What about like some church groups and stuff like that? I think so. You're probably more like you're going to, you're going to a whorehouse to find a virgin. That's what it first off. I mean, this college might not be your field. Not saying anything about your looks or not saying anything about, but it just might not be the type of girl you're looking for. Because let me tell you something. There's several ways to grow up into a relationship, right? And that college thing is what I'm a little more familiar with, but I'm not so shut in that I think that's the only way. I do think doing the traditional Christian way, I think there is nothing wrong with that. But what I find over and over again, if you remember this guy, he's an American in England, he's an Englishman, and he wants these really lefty girls to want his come into his conservative views. So it's very similar to your situation. He wants basically those girls to be sort of working class chicks and a lot of fun and stuff like that, and not so liberal and opinionated and judgmental. But has an art he's in an art school where that's all they are. So it's just completely.
Tommy is right. As someone who's been in the same
I don't want to change
relationship
anyone,
for the
but
last
like,
14
I do
years,
understand this is
it's
the
all
field that I'm
about
working
making
with.
compromises.
Yeah, there are
You'll never agree 100% on everything.
No, you won't. That was just a donation, by the way. I really appreciate the donation. All right, so you have to put yourself in a position because these girls are not for you. They're not for you. Like my way is like what you're seeing is you're running into women and men that are sowing their oats. That's not for you, and I'm not telling you to do that. Right? I think that would be actually kind of obnoxious on my part because that's just not who you are. So why tell those girls that are trying to kind of burn that out of their system to kind of come into you there's no ability to meet in the middle, and you have to learn to meet in the middle. But these girls are so far off. They're not your cup of tea.
And
some of those girls.
I don't want to try to make somebody change if they're
no.
to.
I will say this to answer your initial question. Yes, but they're going to when they burn off the sex stuff. It's the baby calling after that. So if I imagine you're not ready for that, right? No, you're not ready for that either. Yeah, exactly. So when those girls actually cool down, you still won't be in their zone. You're still not going to be in there. So I really think church groups, a little more traditional, those groups, that's more for you. And I think you got to put yourself on the field that you're more comfortable playing on, and that's going to produce the type of relationship that you want. You're in a party zone. These kids, and I don't think there's anything wrong with what they're doing, and I don't think there's anything wrong with what you want to do. You got to put yourself in the right field. You're in the wrong league. Completely the wrong league, and it's not going to work. And when they wake up, then they're going to want you to have the job and the kids and start pushing towards that. Because they will snap out of it. Some of them will become drug addicts and whores and all this other stuff, but other girls that were having fun and sleeping with a lot of guys, they will snap out of it. They'll stop putting out as much, and they'll kind of zero in on what they want. You're going to have to call them back. They're not calling you. It's just kind of a natural thing that happens over time. But this is just not the place for you to date. And I know it's really tough because this is kind of the time you're going to do it. But you're really meeting. They're party girls. This is the time to do it. If they're doing it when they're 26, 27, 28, yeah, then you got a problem. But I can't even shame a girl doing it at like 18, 19, 21, 20, even to 22.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely the culture. So
it's transactional sex, and you're not down with that.
Yeah,
that's what it is. Fair. And what they're trying to do is figure out what they want. Here's what happens to a lot of girls. They do that transactional sex stuff, and they're like, this is not getting me any closer to intimacy. This is not getting me any closer to a decent guy. This is not, oh, wait a minute, I do want kids. Maybe all this feminine stuff is horse shit, right? And some girls were like, no, this is the type of life I want. I want to be like kind of a single, or I want a man that doesn't want a baby or stuff like that. You have to put yourself in the zone, and that's pretty much it. And then when you get in that zone, when you meet those girls, the principle that I said before about meeting people in the middle, there's still going to be difficulties there. If you want a relationship that just cruises, but girls just kind of blindly loyal and just kind of doesn't let you get away with everything and what have you, well, you don't have a partner that's challenging you in a meaningful way, which you won't grow. Then you just have a kind of a tag along to have sex with once in a while. So you want a woman that challenges you, but you don't want a woman that's just a boss. And you got to learn this is the hardest part, because couples that have been together for 50 years in some ways can't always complete this on every single subject. You have to meet in the middle. You can't just say, oh, it's society's fault. All these girls are sluts. Because then you just sound like an incel, right? And that is a turnoff.
Yeah.
That is a turnoff. But what you can do is, what I think the best thing to do is accept those girls for who they are and put yourself in a position to the type of girl that you want to meet.
Yeah, I mean, those girls are fun. Like, I hang out with them, and they're like fun to hang out with. I don't think I could ever.
You don't want to bring them on
compromise that much.
And you know what? I did bingo. Bang, bang. That's it. That's not for you. You got it now. Stop blaming them. Stop blaming society. It's just not your. It's not your arena. It's not your part of the internet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, if that works for you. So yeah, all right, yeah. I think if you start doing that, and call back and let me know how it goes, because I'll be perfectly honest with you, I don't know what it's like. I know how to, like, if you put me in your shows, I'd be banging my brains out, And then that even for guys, unless you're immature forever, that gets old too, But I do believe in some people got to sow their oats, It's much better to sow your oats now than be like 45 and like, I wonder what it's like to sleep with two women, and then you end up cheating on your fucking wife.
Yeah, eventually you got to grow up.
Yes, and but not everybody grows up the same way.
No, definitely
and
not.
you're going a different way. And I'm telling you, there is nothing wrong with that. I want to make that abundantly clear, right? But I think if you're blaming society, if these girls are sluts or then you just gonna end up getting old, bitter, lonely, and hating women, and that's no way to be. There you go. That's all I got for you. Anything else?
No, that's it. Thank you.
All right, brother. Good job. You got through this call. You did a good job. I didn't have much hope in the beginning, but you got there. Talk to you later.
For sure. Appreciate it.
How do you like that, Dr. Genie? Some of my best work.
That was good.
Oh,
no, like first when he first came in, I was like, "Ooh, no, he's
not gonna be picking up on him."
At least you turned it around.
I got a little sympathy for his, like, he had anger, whether he wanted to admit it or not.
Yeah.
I do have a little sympathy. But it's not anger. It's frustration. But you don't want frustration to turn to anger, to turn to hate, and start blaming an entire gender. People of the opposite sex are very different. They come in all shapes, sizes, and thought patterns, and ways to look, and worldviews. You just got to put yourself with somebody with a similar worldview. It is more common in our society to find those girls, but that's not for him. And it's gonna be, I'll be honest with you, I probably should have told him it's gonna be harder. It's gonna be harder for him, but it actually might be worth the hard work. That's what I think. All right, Family Guy's next.
Yeah, Family Guy.
Number one Family Guy, state your age.
I'm 20.
Okay, let's go.
All right, I got two. So you want like the serious one or like the non-serious one first?
Non-serious one.
Non-serious one? All right, I would think coming up to Germany, where's the fine white bitches at? Like, where should I?
I wouldn't go to Europe anymore.
Damn.
It's
the
true.
Village. Actually, I have an
true.
answer. The Villages.
The Villages?
The Villages.
Okay.
Hold
on.
Villages. Yeah.
I'll write that shit down.
Yeah, but the problem is, you go in a village, you're like a foreigner. You're a real foreigner.
You stand out real quick.
You stand out.
Yeah,
real
I'm
quick.
black, so I'm definitely gonna.
Stay out of the village. No, I'm just Oh no, but I got to be honest with you. Like I haven't dated how long since I got married, since I started seeing my wife. So that'd been 2011. I don't think it's too much different. I think like styles and trends and haircuts change and clothes change, but I think that the system's pretty much the same. You go to pubs and you talk to people and you see where it leads. I don't want to say German girls are easier, but at least when I was dating here, two adults meet, they like each other, they go back to their apartments and have sex, and then that's where the relationship, and you decide to stay or go afterwards. That's not what the guy called in last wants.
Yeah, that's what I want.
That's what you want.
I'm not trying to get down this marriage.
Well, it's a little tough to do it on a vacation. To live here, it's a lot easier because, like, if you do it on vacation, then it's like you better be really fine. Although, are you black for real?
Yeah.
You got a huge advantage.
Really?
Yes.
I thought it would be like the opposite.
No, you're exotic. You got a huge advantage.
Let
me tell you something. I used to like I met like the hottest women hanging around the black soldiers because they were so like, because you got a lot of village girls that live in the city, right? And they're trying to hook, like, it's so exotic. There's like, even though it's not everybody can rap, like it's a hip hop thing, it's an athlete thing. So there's a lot of there was just a lot of girls that wanted to see what it was like to date a black guy. And you just hang around them, yeah. So I think you have a really good. Here's another thing too, although he never said this, balls to bones, because his wife was around. I have an uncle married in my family from St. Croix, so you can imagine what he looks like, right? He used to tell me, Tommy, you should join the army and go to Germany. So I was like, well, he goes, it's great. And he would tell how great the job was. What he was trying to tell me, but he couldn't say in front of my father, is like, there's plenty of broads out there. Right. And I think, and then one time he slipped, is like, man, I should have stayed there and I should have done this right in front of his wife. And he starts looking at it like, no. Yeah. So like he was actually mad he left. Black guys get a lot of attention over here. They do very, very well. And do you have a college education or anything like that? Or
no, I'm a white collar, so I'm a consultant. But I don't have any college education.
You're gonna kill out here. So you're educated. You got a white collar job. You got your shit together. Like that's even cooler because you sort of you got the look, and you're not like a wild street kid. So it's like perfect. And one of the good ones, I guess. Well, it's not even that. It's a little like, look, if you're bringing some fucking kid from the ghetto home to your village, that's a lot harder than saying, yeah, I'm dating a black guy, but he's got a lot going for him, and here he is. And then you go in, they hear you talk, and you sound really intelligent, and you got all this stuff going on. Then it's just like all the racism stuff, just like, oh no, this guy's all right.
I could work with that.
No, you can. You can. Another thing is that fucking Germans are so hungover about World War II, they'd be afraid to, if they don't want you dating their daughter, they'd be afraid to say so. No, I think you're making it easier on her because I think what happens is, like, look, if the father's racist, you're fucked. It's going to be miserable. You probably should get lost, right? Okay. But if the father's on the fence or just uncomfortable about it, and they see that you're a working guy, that you got things and you can offer because that's all guys want for their daughters to begin with, at the end of the day, then they can, like, all right, my grandkids will be a little brown, who fucking cares, like, because that's what a father's thinking about. You're thinking about getting laid, I understand that, but they're thinking about grandkids, and I'm almost there too. I mean, I'm like 2, 3, 4 years away from that being a possibility for me. It's not it's legally a possibility, like in a little under a year and a half, but probably another 5 years, and it's like it's a real possibility, to be a grandfather. And I hope I'm a grandfather. I kind of hope I'm 4 4. I'm 60. That'd be kind of cool, right? There you go. So it sounds like you got. So what's your serious thing? Now you're not so serious thing.
I called in like a while ago. It was about my ex. Mm-hmm. She's now my ex. She went to a mental hospital and everything. I think I remember. Yeah. So it was a couple weeks ago. She actually called. She like blew up my phone with a different number, and then every time I blocked it, she would change her number. I think she I don't know how she did it, but she probably just bought them. And then she actually called and texted my boss and told my boss that I was cheating on her and shit. So I don't know. He thought he was funny, but I work with a lot of different companies, and I don't know what to really do about that.
Is she still doing it?
From what I saw, she stopped. But she also she
do not
she
do
found
anything
huh?
to start that up again. I wouldn't even talk about her like if she heard this, then it's starting up again. You know what I mean? I wouldn't tell you.
Yeah,
I wouldn't even tell your best friend that. Yeah, I wouldn't even tell your best friend. So do not bitch about her at all. Like bitch her to your mom if you have to. You know what I mean? Where you know it's gonna stay in one place. First off, second of all, it sounds like a bitch move, but do you think if it's affecting your like income? And it's legitimate like criminal harassment, you might have to go to the police.
yeah.
I know
She
you don't.
like she doesn't. She's not all there, you know.
Is this the girl that said she's gonna kill herself when you broke up with her or something like
Yeah,
that? Yeah, I
yeah.
remember her. Wow, man, you like them crazy, huh?
Yeah,
you're who I was talking. You're who I was talking about when I opened the show. Like you see a crazy girl, you're like, "Whoa, what was she like in bed?"
It's so much better, man. Like I don't know.
It's but it if you want to see now you want to settle down and you want your job and
I
you
didn't
want to
say no, I didn't
you
say
want
that.
to no, I should settle down as far as your career is concerned. You don't want the chaos.
Oh
Well,
yeah,
another
I don't
thing
want
in
to
the future is you got to learn from the traits from her, and if you get vibes from that from new women, you got to move away before it gets before you sleep with them, because that's when
you know what's crazy.
Yeah.
The next person like I started talking to, I found out she's on the same fucking antidepressants. Every bitch nowadays is on the same fucking is Lavictal, and then it's Prozac. It's you can't escape it.
Well, I started doing a thing when I was in my early 20s. If I heard a daddy issue, that would be the last date, and it's really cruel, right? Because you like as a guy, you want to be able to help them, but love doesn't cure fucking shit like that. I started, I was like, no more daddy issues. If you maybe if you hear they're on a depressant, it's time to move on.
Yeah,
I even was ready to go. If a girl told me she was molested, I was staying away from her, because I started to realize when I dated girls, yeah, it sounds awful, right? But when I dated girls when I dated girls like that, I realized that I couldn't fix it because I'm not a doctor, and it just would have the same sort of miserable cycle. Right, I feel like the knight in shining armor, and you realize, well, there's no knights around anymore for a reason. So if I heard something like that, I'd be like, look, I wouldn't say this, but in my mind, I would say, I can't help you. I wish I could, but I got to look out for myself here. So maybe you got to start doing stuff like that. If you see if they're on the antidepressants, like, no, that's not it. You don't tell them. You don't do what that Russian girl did to me. You don't say like, oh, you're on antidepressants. Bye. You'd say like, no, I think I'm seeing somebody else. I'm not. I think we're done here, and do it politely and as gentlemanly as possible. But that's not for everybody. You maybe want to do some kind of facsimile of that, or something like that. But yeah, I started making rules towards the end, and I ended up with somebody that had a not too hardcore, but wasn't like perfect, like as far as bad stuff happening to him. I think if too much bad stuff happens to a girl,
you gotta have like a little bit, it makes it a little more like it makes it a little bit more interesting.
See, when I got old, no, I just don't need the headache. No, I this is me personally though.
I know, I get it. I'm still like 20. Like I like.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the good news: is every year there's less and less of those. The younger you are, the more you're gonna run into.
Because they kill themselves.
No, because they're just younger. The younger the girls are, the crazier they are, and they seem to grow out. Some of them seem to grow out of it. The younger they are, the crazier are. The teenage girls are absolutely the craziest. My stepmom used to tell me that. You're sitting there, fucking, you're trying to rationalize with people that are like going through hormonal changes that you can't even possibly grasp, and that they can't grasp either. So what are you going to do? My stepmom used to say that to me. But it kind of wears off after a while. It's just a part of the human condition.
That makes sense.
But if the other girl starts interfering with work, I know it. I mean, you're a black guy. You don't snitch. I imagine, right?
No.
You're not back on the block. Fucking protect your job. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
because I feel so bad for her.
There's nothing you can do.
I know, but like she was. And she was like so nice during the majority of it.
She's a great person. Not all mentally ill people are bad people. I don't think these girls. Everything you told me, Like the crime show we watched just before this, where this girl was not, she ended up shooting somebody for no reason. And she went in insanity plea and it was totally legitimate, and she got the insanity plea, right? It was totally legitimate. I mean, but you know, that woman still got shot. It didn't change anything. The woman she shot is still dead, but I mean, it was legitimate. She could that was not. It wasn't the shooter's fault because she was completely out of her mind. You know, and that's why they have an insanity plea. You're not in control of your own body. Therefore, we don't send you to prison. We send you to mental hospital the rest of your life, which is like worse than prison. But in some ways, so yeah, you can't fix it. And I'm sure that girl's great, but I'm absolutely sure she can't control whatever it is she has. And who's more important in this area? Then you gotta there's time to sacrifice for women in relationship, and there's time to look out for yourself. And that's when it comes to mental illness, it's yourself, because you're not a doctor. And if you were, it would be unscrupulous to even try to cure her. It would be like if you're involved in a relationship, you're not supposed to be, as a doctor, you're not supposed to be helping them, right? You're supposed to have a complete, non-romantic relationship with somebody. So you can't help people like that. Period. You got to come to terms with it. Yeah, I know it sucks, especially if you love somebody and care about somebody. Because I've broken up with girls, and I'm over them romantically, I'm over them attraction wise, I'm over them, but I still care. Like I would. Yeah, like being. Yeah, sure. But sometimes, they tell girls when they want guys to get away from them, you have to be a little bit of a bitch. Well, I think it kind of goes in reverse. Sometimes you got to be a little bit of a bastard, but protect yourself. Yeah, so it's really nothing that can be done. But I'm really sorry that happened, but what are you going to do? All right, let me take some other calls.
All right, take it easy, man.
Peace. I'll take Seth later because I want to take a new one.
Yeah, Liquid Dime is next. I've just been noting down who comes in when.
All right, Seth's I'm going to take later. Liquid Dime, Love Phones, Dr. Jeannie, Dr. Tommy, you're on the air.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm a big fan of the show. Glad to be on.
Sure, how can I help you?
Yeah, man. I've been listening to what you're saying to the last caller about, girls you can't fix. And I'm kind of thinking about just sometimes it's just it was just already there,
I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about.
I
don't know what you're talking about. Give me a scenario, a situation, personal story.
More so I was in a relationship about last year for about a year and a half with a girl. Mm-hmm. And we both had our issues. We both had a lot of shit, but the thing is we spent so much time together and got so fucking dependent on each other that it became a negative feedback loop. And basically what I'm trying to say is that when shit needs to end, it needs to end. And I've been fucking terrible at that, basically.
It's not easy. It's never easy. No matter how you cut the cake. Yeah. It's never easy. There's nothing. So is there anything I can help you with?
Just really wanted to call in, say based. Been listening to what you're saying. Good shit.
All right, man.
Yeah. Bitches be crazy.
Bitches be crazy. Have a good one, man. Take care.
BBD pussy crazy.
BBD pussy crazy. You're into guys. You're not into chicks, are you?
Yeah, no, I'm into guys.
You're into guys? Yeah. What's your crazy story?
Let's see. I mean, it was when I was in 7th grade.
Really?
And he
barely in puberty at that point.
It's just a crazy guy.
Okay, what happened?
So, what happened is he was in 8th grade.
Mm-hmm.
I was in 7th, and the way the school worked was because we were such a small school. 6th through 8th grade was all in one classroom.
Gotcha.
And so, I didn't like him, and I was a bit of a yes man kind of. So he asked me out on Valentine's Day, made a big show of it in front of the school right before class started, and gave flowers. Yes. I said yes.
But you wanted to
say yes,
no. And you wanted to say no though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, I wanted to say no. And I think it lasted for maybe 2 weeks. But it got to the point where I was literally getting physically sick. I didn't want to go to school. I didn't like him whatsoever. I just felt bad.
Hey, women are just unbelievable.
I felt bad for him.
Oh, man, yeah.
So I literally skipped school
But I mean, that's a good lesson. Like sometimes you gotta say. I mean, for a 7th grader, it's impossible. But I mean, but you have to say no when you don't like somebody.
Yep, exactly.
So what do you do? What do
eventually-
you do? Do you want to throw himself off Jordan in front of a train when he said you're driving me crazy? Like what happened?
Well, I broke up with him.
Mm-hmm.
And he got really depressed for a couple of weeks, and then he graduated. And so then, I want to say it was either right as I was getting out of high school or right as I was about to leave it or something. I was like, you know what, let's just see where he's going.
Oh no.
He's apparently been homeless for a while.
Oh God.
Has a kid now. And takes a lot of drugs.
Maybe you should. Maybe he wouldn't. Maybe if you fell in love with him like you should have, he wouldn't be a big loser.
Yeah, maybe I could have changed him.
Yeah, maybe you could have saved him. Sounds like you told him yes. Do you think he goes to his therapist and says, if that bitch would have just accepted me for who I was in 8th grade, I wouldn't be such a mess right now?
Yeah.
Do you think of that?
Well, I when I first saw it, I was like, "Whoa!"
Yeah.
And I genuinely did think like, "Oh,
you dodged a
maybe,
bullet."
'cause,
You dodged a bullet. No,
yeah, exactly. Like I think like once I grew up a little bit.
Why do you think
okay,
you were a good student? Because I know the class.
Yes,
you were a good student. He was not.
He was. I don't know if he was.
He was. Was he in the smart classes with you? No.
No. Well, the thing is, the school I went to was so small. Like basically everybody was in the same class, but like if you were in 7th grade and you were quote unquote advanced, you'd just be doing 8th grade math with the 8th graders.
Oh,
so I think I can't remember if he was just in 8th grade or if he was in like 8th grade math or what. Because
he's probably like 17 and fucking in 8th grade.
he was 15 in 8th grade.
Oh,
5th grade. He
shouldn't have been allowed anywhere near.
I remember that one.
Yeah. Of course, he's a loser student. Then he should have been allowed anybody. Somebody should have arrested him immediately. Did he try to kiss you?
No.
Oh, he didn't.
No.
Oh, he's a retard.
No,
he's a retard.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. There was a lot of like attempting to hold hands, and I would always feel like I had to wash my hands after.
He probably should have.
Yeah.
Oh, you whacking off all the time at 15, fucking 8th grade or whatever it is. Seth, you're on the air, and you're welcome.
Hey.
Your boyfriend should come on and thank you.
It's my
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I'll get him to do that. You know, he has called in before one time, a long time ago.
Did he really?
I don't know.
What did he do?
Yeah, I don't know if I ever told you, but he did.
He did.
It was during like when Beta broke up.
He's Danish?
No.
Oh, he's not Danish.
He's not Danish. No.
I had a Danish kid called. It's a clip. I had a Danish.
Yeah.
That wasn't him.
Times.
Yeah. Oh, that wasn't him, was it?
No.
Yeah. Now, there's a Danish kid that called in, but he called me offline, and I just flipped on the recorder and recorded it. And what happened? I think it was really funny. All he did was play World of Warcraft. Well, that's really fun. Do you have the call? Do you have his call? I'd love to hear it. You don't have to make it public.
I do. I'll show it some other time.
Was he yelling at me, or was he on my side, or what?
No. Like he was coming in, and you could hear in his voice he's trying to like do a little bit of a gotcha, but you actually just folded him. So.
Oh, really? Good. Then I really need to hear it.
Yeah.
Please find it. I won't play it public. I won't play it publicly, but I gotta hear it.
No.
Oh, you tried to gotcha, and I smelled it. Too funny.
Well, I mean, he just kind of came.
How old was he? He was a kid. How old was he?
Well, he's about my age now. So.
How old are you?
When did Beta then?
Oh, so he would have been
30.
Oh, so you guys were 30. So he would have been about 23 or 22 or 23.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Yeah,
sounds
that's
right.
pretty funny. Good, I folded them up. Gotcha, bitch. Here you go. What do you got for me? So
Yeah,
I thought your life is perfect. I saw other people in the queue. I will get to you. Just go in the queue. Go ahead.
You know how you helped me get into a relationship? You want to help me with the relationship, maybe?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. What's the issue?
Do you want to get a little bit down and dirty with me?
Yeah, but he's gonna hear it. Like, is he gonna hear it? I guess he will.
No, he's not. No, he has no clue. He doesn't watch you regularly anymore. No worries.
All right, go ahead.
Have you ever been with someone and you're like, we're sexually incompatible?
Oh, you don't want to talk about this publicly. You better make sure.
Do I not?
Yes, because it's going to be emasculating.
No, I don't get. No, go on.
Incompatible? Incompatible?
Well, it's like.
Does anybody in my community know
the same stuff?
All right. Does anybody? Yeah, but it comes down to satisfying. Does anybody in our community know who the fuck this guy is?
No.
You make sure that never. If you're going to tell me, you make sure nobody ever knows who he is. All right. Even though I folded him 8 years ago, I don't want to fucking really fold him now at 30.
No worries,
no desire to do that.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't engage in this stuff. He's like busy being a real life person.
You realize if you tell me what your sexual kinks are, like people are gonna goof on you. You know that, right?
Yeah, that's fine. People goof on me all the time. Anyway.
All right. Yeah, but it's a little different, a little personal. But all right, what do you want that he won't give?
That's not how it is at all. I just think so. One of the things that he's definitely into is like he wants me to like feel sexy. Like he puts a lot of pressure into me, like, you know, doing things and putting on things that make me feel good and stuff. And that's just not how I am at all.
Have you told him that? Have you told him that? You're kind of a tomboy. You're a little bit of a tomboy.
Yeah, well,
you're a little bit of a tomboy.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. Yeah. Sex is very new to us. It's new to us.
What were you doing the last 10 years? You're damn near 30 now, too.
Okay, well, I mean, it's not new to him. It's new to us as a couple.
As a couple, okay. Well, I don't know. The standard stuff isn't working?
I mean, it's working. It's definitely working, but there are like moments where I just want to get off. I'm like off his stick. I'm like, come on, bro. Like
finish.
I don't want to do all this shit.
Oh, he likes. Is he a bit theatrical?
He says something like retarded. Yeah, he says something retarded, and I'm like, can you please shut up?
Yeah, you can't do that. Yeah, you can't.
I can't do that.
No, he can't do that. He's got to figure out. See, this is the thing. I probably should have the conversation with him. What do you want? You just want him to be kind of a little more missionary position, I imagine, right?
Well, yeah, normal. I just want him to be normal. It's not like.
Can you say that? Can you say that like? Because he sounds a little bit theatrical in the bedroom. Is that kind of because stuff like that? Because I've never been like that. I mean. Is that accurate to say? He likes a big show of it?
Yeah.
All right. I think you got to be dead honest with you that you're not like, for you, and this might help. It might blow. Two things could happen here. If he thinks you like this and it makes him feel good because you like it, but if he knows you don't, it might just go away. If it's his fetish, you're going to have to probably meet him in the middle somewhere. All right? So I think it's very important to have a conversation that, and I would use these words, sex is very erotic to me, but it's the standard stuff that turns me on, the more atypical stuff that turns me on. Like the porn stuff, the dressing, the stuff, he goes, you got to get, that does nothing for me. And you could say whatever it is that you like being with you, feeling your muscles, stuff like that. All that sort of standard stuff is what really turns me on. And I think that's what you got to do. You got to tell her what really turns you on and tell him whatever he's doing. And then also leave some room in there for like what's going to make you happy. And you probably got to meet him in the middle somewhere. I'm not saying vanilla. I'm not saying vanilla, but I mean, I got to be honest with you. Like all the same shit turns me on. 15, Stan, I don't fucking, I don't need a prop, so to speak. I'm I don't know. Good old fashioned.
It's just I feel like if I constantly have to be like feeling a certain way and shit, I have a feeling it'll become draining to me, and I don't want to do it.
Well, then you got to tell. Then you 100% got to tell him that because he's not going to stop because he's going to think you're into it. You 100% have to have this conversation with him.
But I got to tell him. I got to tell him.
Yes, his relationship. It's an important
fuck,
part. Yes. No, you got it. No, you got to do it. This is a relationship thing. And you might want to start it off is we got to talk about it like when there's no, you can't do it in the middle of everybody getting turned on or him getting turned on. You got to do it at like breakfast. We got to talk about our sex life a little bit as a couple.
And one in the stink.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly. High as a kite. Yeah, you got to have it. We got to talk. It's like this thing with the dressing and stuff. I'm just telling you right now, it's turning me off. Right. I go tell him what turns you on, and then ask him what turns him off. And you get me in the middle.
I think the issue is like he thinks that it's like a big game to like turn me on, and he's got to bring like all this stuff into the bedroom. When in reality, like I'm just turned on, dude. I just want to get it over with.
So and I would say, I think you should say that. You got to admit you're doing all this extra stuff that is totally not necessary because I'm already there. I'm already grabbable at this point. So like I'm waiting for you to grab me, and you're put on a perform. You want me to put on a performance. And I'm already there.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's hard to say because he feels like he's doing it for me,
Yeah, and so you got to tell him, all right, I got something in mind. Because I think I know what kind of girl you are now. Can I be down and dirty?
Yeah, good.
Have that conversation next time, and you look him right in the fucking eye, and you say, I want you to fuck me as hard as you possibly can. And because I am so turned on right now. And say it not as a joke, and don't laugh. Don't laugh. That's
there's no way I can say that with a straight face, dude.
You didn't change the words. The wording might be the hard. Say in Danish. I don't know.
Okay, well, he doesn't.
But yeah, you want to be that
very
simple.
well,
I don't
so
want this is what I want right now. Do it to me. That's a huge turn on for a guy. That's a huge turn on. I want this. Do it now. I'm so hot right now. Try that. And like, no, let me go get the dress. No, right now. Because that's going to be, he's going to be like, okay. That'll probably work. Right now.
Okay.
That is what I want. Here's the thing. The thing is, like, it's a comfortable thing to say. But if that's what you want, there's no Vulcan mind meld that's going to get him to do it. Sometimes you got to, guys are like, you got to spell it out for them. They're all morons.
Yeah, but
so you're gonna have to do it. But you could do that in a minute. Not like get to that later. Then maybe you got to. Here's another thing. Maybe you got to do that once in a while. Once in a great while. But you're gonna have to have the conversation, right? And then you got to try that thing, whatever it is that you want, and tell them to do it now. You're my man. This is what I want. Please now. Nope.
Okay.
Nope. Okay. Do not run out. Do not put on that hat now. He might get really. You know what? He might.
Wait.
Yeah. Whatever.
What do you think we're doing with a hat?
That was a joke. I don't know. He's telling you all getting theatrical and shit. I can imagine him. He's got like some fucking.
No, that's not.
I just mean like banging you in chainmail armor with a sword. Oh, you like the slow?
Yeah. It's role play.
Yeah, the no role play. Now, there's no role play. There's no role. There's me and there's you. Do your part as a man. I want it. That's you go. That's a huge turn on to me.
Okay.
Yeah, this is your role.
Well,
this is what I. This is your role. This is what I want.
With me
and I don't think he won't break up with you. He might be a little disappointed, but like you could try the second part first. And if it doesn't, or you could try that part first, and then if it doesn't work, then have the conversation.
Okay.
Try that.
Do you have a clip of that?
It might not be.
Taser and shock him every time he feels cringe and bad. You'll thank me later. Also, your audio keeps cutting out.
Yes, that's it.
Does my audio actually cut out?
No, it didn't.
No, it's
I fucking hate J-Face, dude. J-Face is such a fucking cunt, dude.
It's just the next time I know put away the wood burning kit. Come here, yeah. No, don't turn on the vacuum. All right, just come here.
Wait, if he was using a vacuum, he wouldn't need me.
Yeah. I'm being funny here. All right, talk to you later. I don't think that's.
All right, see ya.
Bye bye. What do you think of that one? That was a tough one.
That was good. I think it went well. Like at first, you were very apprehensive.
Yeah, well, I don't want to fuck up somebody's relationship. Especially like that guy fucked me up in fucking 2016, and now he's fucking my relationship up 8 years later. I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be that guy. All right, who's next? Except Fletch.
Technically, it's Fletch.
No,
That's it. So next after Fletch would be Little Adil.
No, I've had to talk to him first. He's got to hang on. I want a new guy. I want
Shallow,
but I will take those guys if they hang in. Shallow, you're on the air. How can I help you? You don't love phones.
Hey, one sec. Hold on. I got to put it on speaker here. All right, can you hear me?
Yes, loud. How can I help you?
Okay, so first off, big fan. Appreciate you having me on. Mm-hmm. I need some advice because I have a girlfriend right now. Mm-hmm. We've been dating for about 7 months or so. And she's 23. I'm 24. Mm-hmm. The problem is I want to be a YouTuber. You know, I want to be an online content creator, that whole thing. But all this stuff that's coming out recently, I feel like in order to be a full 100% YouTuber and be fully committed, it's like, I'm seeing all this stuff recently that they're attracted to, minors and children. So it's like, what do I do?
First of all, forget the fucking second part of your question. The first part of your question is the fucking problem. I want to be a YouTuber. The only way you should be going into YouTube is doing the stuff as a hobby on the side and see what builds into. You have to literally start at the hobby angle. Corporations can get away with this, but not individuals. And usually, corporate fucking YouTube sucks in most cases.
Okay.
All right. So you should make content at your leisure in between your job, not like this is what I want to be. And if it hits, it hits. If you go in, I'm going to quit my job. Yes, I'm going to quit my job in this one contract because this is what I want to be. That is single, because that's what makes YouTube great. You can start slow. Whereas like if you're going to entertainment, like being an actor, you don't even, or in a band or something like that, you don't have time to have another job. YouTube literally gives you that time to be an entertainer at your leisure. And then what you slowly do, if you start bringing in more money than your check takes in, then you can think about quitting, but you probably shouldn't even do it then because you're probably only have a 2-year run, even if you start making money.
Okay. So you're saying do it like as a side passion thing, not like fully going into it.
I think that's the worst possible way to go into it. First of all, the guys that do it like that are the biggest phony fakes on YouTube. They're a bunch of pedophiles and stuff. I got news for you. That's the fucking whole. Right. YouTube's just a reflection of society, so it's no worse here than it is in any other fucking area of life.
Well, that's the problem. That's why I said like the pedophile thing that you brought up. That's like I don't know if I even have what it takes to be a YouTuber.
What? You're not a pedophile? You can't be a YouTuber? What do you mean by that?
Kind of, yeah. Because I feel like.
Are you kidding me? Are you fucking joking me?
Not every YouTuber. Not every YouTuber is pedophile. That's not what I'm saying, right?
What kind of content would you want to make? What kind of content do you want to make? First of all.
Comedy mostly,
All right. So if you get a bunch of young fans, don't fucking talk to them. It's problem solved.
Holy shit, I didn't think about that. That's actually, yeah.
Yeah, and comedy YouTube's not going to necessarily attract like really young people anyway.
Okay.
You know what's really funny? This call. No, whatever it is you're going to do. And a lot of guys, when they start with something, they don't end up doing what they thought they were going to start doing in the first place. And just, uploads, things like upload schedules. And you want to be a really great YouTuber? Find out what thumbnails work and get your thumbnail game down. And it's not always just fancy or just being a good artist. Get your thumbnail game down and get your titling game down. That usually has to do with getting around other YouTubers. Join those groups, be around. That's when you get into the backstab and stuff. That's just a part of it, right? You do have to, there is a lot of politics. And just make it. Just make what you like. And if what you like takes off, then you can think about being it. If anybody tells me they're going, I'm going to be a YouTuber when I grow up, I think they're idiots. I think they're stone morons. And this is literally something you can do on the side. If you can't make it work on the side, you'll definitely not be able to make it work professionally. And then you can just do it because you like it. You know, so I'd never invest like that. I think the people that do that are nuts. And what happens, you make something that takes off, and then you meet other people that like it and what have you, and then you hook up with them, and then you're in those friend groups, and then you're around YouTubers all day, which is like terrible for your psyche. But if you want to be successful, then you have the choice right there and then. I don't even think Turkey Tom said I'm going to be a YouTuber when I grow up. He was applying, he was going to college, he was doing all this stuff, and then he fell into it. You know, because he hung around a lot of YouTubers. So like saying I want to be a YouTuber is like the worst thing you can do. The worst thing you can do.
Okay.
Yeah. Another thing is people think you're trying too hard. Most people want to connect with YouTubers because they feel like they're like them. If they don't want to connect with somebody they think wants to be a YouTuber. They want to connect with somebody that makes a certain type of content. Like a regular guy that makes content. That's what they want to connect with. They don't want to connect with, I want to be a YouTuber really bad. Nobody connects with that.
Right.
Yeah.
So what do I tell if you don't mind me asking just one more question, what do I tell
your girlfriend?
Say I'm doing it on the side like you're suggesting.
Just
yeah,
do it.
Like what
just
do I
You don't got to tell her anything. It's your business. Make content on the side. And then do whatever you have to do. And really, it's none of her business. You know, you can tell her if you want. You're probably better off not. You know, if you make something you're proud of, show it to her. But you got a long way to go. You know, well, it also takes a lot of luck. Little talent,
that's the thing,
more luck than talent. You know, it's about...
Well, I appreciate the the advice. No I mean, now I know.
The only reason I make a little bit of money is blind luck. Believe me, I have no bones about it. I'm not Charlie. I don't think I'm a fucking genius.
Well, hopefully I hit some kind of luck soon. You've given me hope that not all YouTubers have to be.
God, everybody I know, maybe because they get to my level. When I hear about guys that are making money, it seems like if they make enough content, they almost always make it. If they know, if they're around the right people and they make like a Dumpy's a perfect example of that.
Right.
You know, he was just around a lot of guys and he just kept doing it until it hit.
That is true.
Yeah, that's it.
I guess, just who you hang out with, connections,
online,
all that.
Yeah. But she doesn't even have to know about it. My wife doesn't give a shit what I do. I never show her what I do. She doesn't even like it all that much, you know? She cares if the check's going, you know? Yeah. So, well, there you go.
Right, man. Well, I appreciate the advice, man. Thank you.
It's YouTube. It's for you. That's it. Got it?
For me.
All
gotcha.
Right. Talk to you later.
All right, man. Thank you.
All right. Who's next? I'm going to take me this
Jack?
One. Jack? I'll take Jack.
Oh.
Jack, on the attack. You're on Love Phones. How old are you?
Baba Booey, Baba Booey.
All right. Good. All right. Good job. Meebus and then Little Aldi. Mumbus, you're on the air. Mumbus, you're on Love Phones. How old are you?
Hello.
How old are you?
Well, I am 21.
Okay, go. Shoot.
Right. So basically, I just haven't had any luck with any relationships.
I'll tell you right now what your problem is. You live in a goddamn tiny Irish village and you can't meet anybody.
No, mate. I live in a decent sized wee town.
Yeah, with decent size to fucking to Ireland is bumpkin everywhere else. All right, what's your problem? Your problem is here's your problem. There's no people live near you. That's your fucking problem right there and then. You don't think I'm in Ireland? You don't think I know? I think I was moved to Dublin. There you go. All right, what's going on? What's going on?
Right. Hey, let's get into it. Right. So basically, obviously, got relationship problems. Haven't been with any wee girl. I go to university. I go to England for all that.
All right.
And I go out quite a lot. I'm pretty social. I go out about like 3 times a week. Something like that. Out in the
England? In England?
Oh no, here and England.
Okay.
Like I'm on the ball like quite a bit.
Yeah. Oh, but back home. Well, it's probably a numbers thing too. It's probably a law of averages.
Not even.
Yeah.
Like I still go out quite a bit here. Like I'm going out here later tonight and I'll meet up with you, my mates and all. But
I wish I could go with you.
I don't know.
I do.
It'd be a good laugh. Like.
He would.
But what's up?
It would be a good laugh. I feel like I'm going to Scottish pub. I like being around Celtic people.
Oh man,
Yeah.
I mean, it's good crack. Like, but either way. I've just really gotten nowhere with speaking to wee girls or anything like that. To be honest with you,
English girls, you have no problems with Irish girls. You
oh man, yeah, I know that. Like, also when I go to England and I'll speak away, you know, have a bit of crack, and the girls love the accent. Like they fucking, you know, they fall in love with it.
Believe me, I know about that. I live in Germany. I know exactly. Yeah, there you go.
I'll just say this real quick. I wouldn't say I have any issue talking to girls. Like I can like talk away, I don't know, get their number, Snapchat, whatever.
Yeah.
But I would never really like shoot the shot with it. And another thing is, I just look really young for my age, so it's a bit of a
I had the same problem
for that one.
I had the same problem.
So
how old are you?
I can't grow any face on my I can't grow any like hair on my face. Like
I couldn't do it until I was 30. So that's just
might be in the same boat.
It might be the same might be the same genetics too, because I don't know too many hairy Irishmen.
I know, definitely not, mate. I reckon that my hair will switch down to my face when I'm 30.
Yeah, let's say I could grow a goatee till I was like 31, 32. You know?
Nah, I just get a wee pedo stash growing. It's a bit stinking, like. But,
lose that.
It, like.
Lose that.
But I know. I try to like. But so what would the advice be then?
Well, what do you want? First of all, do you want a village girl from back home?
No, I'm not really fussed on back home. It could really be anywhere. It could be in England, whatever. I just get along with really anyone. I wouldn't say I'm not picky at all. Really, just I don't know. I don't even know if it's a relationship I want.
I think you should pull a relationship where stuff was cracking. It sounds like stuff was cracking back in England.
I mean a wee bit. I mean, I work for like a nightclub and all in England. And I do like flowers and all. And we girls love it. Like, talk away, let them get a few kisses, blah blah blah. But besides that, mate, I just don't go. I don't know what it is. Like, I just
you can't close a deal. You have a problem closing the deal?
Basically, aye.
Oh, okay.
But then again, all the wee girls here, like I don't really speak to them because the girls who would hang out with in my group and all, they've all been with my mates. They were all like,
yeah, I know that goes. Because you live in a tiny fucking village. Because you live in a village. You live in a tiny village, and I heard it in your voice as soon as you called. I know what I'm doing. Yeah, you got to say you're talking to an American. I've lived in Europe for 20 years now. I've been here for 20 fucking years. I know how things work in Europe now.
I'm not tiny at all, mate. It's literally around the corner from Belfast. It's a fucking city, mate. It's considered a city.
I know it's considered a city, but I grew up outside of Manhattan, 30 minutes, so I don't consider it a city.
Right. I get you.
Yeah.
But I basically everyone's fucked everyone on their mum in my town. Like, to be honest with you,
I know what it is.
It's all about ran out. Like, and here's me, 21. Like,
but do you ever wonder why all your friends they go to England, they go to America, they go like that's probably what you ought to be thinking about.
Fucking none of my mates do. Like, all my mates are
Everybody
here.
stayed home.
That's why I
Maybe
went
you should leave. Maybe you should leave because every Irishman I know fucking bounces around the fucking world. Everyone I know, at least at one point in their life, bounced around. Like, everybody stayed home in your town, huh?
I basically met.
You ever see that movie, The Field?
What's that, man?
You ever see that movie? You ever see that movie, The Field, when the Irish American comes back home to buy the field? Oh, you got to see that movie. He's looking for his roots. Right. Yeah. It's a bunch of this guy. This Irishman. He's been the servant for this rich Irish woman in his tiny little shit village like where you're from, and she owns this beautiful piece of property. Right. She owns this beautiful piece of property. So he's her caretaker, but what he's been doing for like the last 10 years is pretending he was a ghost to scare her off to get her to sell. And he's been saving every fucking dime to buy this beautiful piece of Irish land that has like vision of the coat. He's been saving every goddamn dime to buy it. And he finally scares the shit out of her, and she puts the place up, and some Irish American comes back home and buys the fucking place. From New York.
No better than the fucking.
It's a great movie. It's a fantastic movie. You got to see it, right?
Sounds like a laugh, man.
Yeah, it's not a comedy. It is murder and everything, man. It's a good movie. No, it's an Irish made film. It's one of the best movies I've ever seen. It's a fantastic film. No, I think you got to move around. You got to get out, and it's tough with everybody's been in there unless there's some girl, some sweetheart you had. And maybe you should try to go a little maybe you got to go a little traditional. Is like you want to start seeing each other again and see where that goes. Because here's the thing. I
definitely do not want to hop on Tinder. Like, no chance. I do not like the Tinders.
What's that mean?
Listen,
Tinder.
They're dating app Tinder.
Oh, they're dating on Tinder.
It's a dating app.
You don't have that in Germany.
You're doing the Tinder thing?
He's married.
Well,
Right.
No, he doesn't want to do that. He doesn't want to do that.
No, America.
Tinder.
I don't know. That's right. Yeah, there's no. I know what Tinder is now. Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, from what I understand, that stuff doesn't really work. The face-to-face stuff works, and maybe you want to go a little. All right, the computer's not working. Go a little traditional. Maybe somebody you've been with before. Maybe one of your fucking mates is a couple way, and just take her out and see where it goes. And if you have a fucking laugh and a hoot, it can go somewhere else.
I don't know. I wouldn't say I have a deep network and all with the girls and my sort of I know them, I speak away to them, but they've all been fucking fucked by someone I know, and here's me,
But that's not change. But see, the thing is, that's not going to change. You're fucking looking.
I know
for,
exactly.
You're looking for you're looking for a virgin in a whorehouse. I mean, everybody's that's another thing too. Maybe you should get over that. In order to find somebody.
Oh yeah, no. That's for me. That's why I went to England. Obviously not for that specific reason.
No, but maybe you should be a little more forgiving and then realize that you were burning your oats and so are they. You know what I mean?
No, I am. No, and trust me, I am. I'm not looking for some fucking wee virgin sweetheart here. I'm just looking for this any wee girl. Happy enough. She's got personality.
I tell you what kind of girl. Right. I'm gonna be unrealistic. You should be looking for a girl that can fucking balance your checkbook. You should be looking for a girl that's laughs a lot, that's funny. That likes maybe that thinks you're fucking funny. You should be looking for a girl that can cook. If you could sit with a woman and just giggle your fucking brains out, which by the way I can still do, right? That's the girl you want. Guess how you meet her? You fucking sit in a room and you giggle and you watch movies together. How do you do that? You have to go out and initiate. And if you've got this thing, in 12th grade. She banged fucking Jimmy O'Haron behind the football field, and you got that stuck in your fucking mind, and now she's 27 years old, then that's your problem.
Oh man, I don't give a jot about that. I already know. I'm past the whole point of I'm not one of these people who are like, oh, I want to fuck me virgin. Man, I'm not fussed.
And if you can't do that, then you got to move and you got to get a different crop and stuff. Yeah, that's the truth, bro. That's the truth. You either got to get over your fucking hang up. Or you got to move, and if you can't get, and if you can't, I'm not going to sit there and criticize you, right? But you got to go to Mets, and it's not easy. I know. I'm making fun of you, but I know the situation you're in because my fucking wife told me what it's like growing up in a German village, and everybody kind of made out with somebody at some point. The whole fucking neighborhood knows it, and it's uncomfortable, and I get all that stuff.
You might be onto something there. I never heard that perspective of just everyone.
I know what Europe is like. Europe is city, and then everything around it's country, and it's not like that in the States. It's like there's city, and there's suburbs, and there's a little less suburbs, and a little less, and then you're 400 miles away, and then it's country, and it's a different environment. It's a little different because you're always closer to the city when you're European. Right, so you could drive. Oh, you're from Belfast. What, you drive 30 minutes and you're in Belfast? You drive 2 hours, you're in Dublin. 3 hours, 2-3 hours, you're in Dublin. Not even that far, I would think. So that's another cool thing. You live in a tiny country. You can bounce from Cork to Dublin if you got a car. Go down to Cork. Go to where you really ought to go is Kerry because it's fucking drop dead gorgeous. Go by the fucking water in Kerry. There you go. Oh, man, and the women are beautiful. Well, who cares? That's kind of cool. That's the cool part. You learn a different culture, and it's not even that far away. You learn a different. I don't understand. Yeah, give it a shot. See where it goes. Laugh about. Now you got something to do. I'm going to laugh about the fact that we the some game country, we barely understand each other. It's a riot. Right? And how funny that is. And you get to learn about that part of the world. That sounds awesome. I'm jealous talking about it. Because I never got along with Irish girls. I never got along with them.
Oh, fuck, same here, man. Fucking do my head.
No, because when the Irish and the English girls, when they date an American, they want a rich one. They want you to be they don't want you to be just some douchebag from New Jersey with an Irish last name. They feel like they could do better than that.
Musical, that.
Yeah, the way they want you to be in a band, they want you to have a business. You can't be just a regular fucking Joe Schmo from Idaho. You know what I mean? That's what you can be.
You gotta be someone German, in America,
What about German girls? Just because the culture's that much more foreign. They'll let you get away with being a bit of a loser.
Mate, the continental Europeans would tower over me. I've been to Amsterdam before. They're fucking giant.
There you go.
They're huge.
How tall?
They're 6 foot something.
Oh
man, I'm 5'8". I'm not micro but fuck,
You're not a tall guy.
I know, not tall, but a young looking face, mate.
Yeah.
No fucking face there, mate. I'm only going.
Do you like football?
Oh, mate, no, I do not. I like a bit of boxing. No, do a bit of boxing.
It's tough to get girls into boxing. We find that so but you know what my wife didn't even want to do it because she grew up in Europe, but we're following a small football team, and you have an Irish league over there, and it's like cheap. It's dirt cheap to go to those games. You find somebody to go with those games, and you both get hooked on the team. That's a real good way to forge a relationship. Like the Irish Rovers are playing. They're trying to sneak their way into Champions League right now. So I don't know, like something like that, some kind of group thing you go together.
I met. But it's just mostly like I just think here's a bit of a dead spot now. So I'm just more focusing on England whenever I'm back there for university.
That's fine.
But it's just the clubs and all, mate. That's where you mostly meet wee girls there.
Yeah.
And I'm taking them back to your accommodation. Blah blah blah. Shit happens.
Sure.
But, like I've gotten to like nearly that point before. But
well, when you get to that point and you sleep and they go home, you could call them back and say you want to go get coffee.
I mostly always get their contacts, but I don't know how to.
And you don't call them back because they're filthy whores with now. You have a Madonna whore complex. You're like an Italian.
I don't know about that, like, but fucking.
I know everything.
I want to, like, it's like you go to a club and all, you get their digits and all, and then you head home, and then you might not even end up going with them. They might drift off with their mates. And all
it
that.
happens.
And then you're back at your accommodation, and then you're like, next day, you're like, fuck.
But if you bang the girl, you could call. If you bang the chick, she likes you, and you could give her like 2 days, and then call her to do something that's not club related, and see how that goes.
Exactly. Yes, exactly. But it's just, it's my issue. Like, it's just pulling the trigger, being like, right, let's fucking do it. But.
Pull the trigger. You're fucking. You got a cool accent. You're from a beautiful area of the world. I mean, I would love. I almost got choked up. I went down the Irish teardrop, and my buddy Gary, who's from Cork, and he says, "This is the last part of Ireland the Americans saw before they went there to New York." And I literally felt it in my fucking throat, like, oh my god. And then I found out my family left from Liverpool, but whatever.
They must have left through Belfast then to go to Liverpool.
Nah, they came from Cork. They cut over to England. I guess it was cheaper for some reason to leave from Liverpool than it was from Dublin or something like that. That's what I found out. But
I mean, there's more Americans outside of Ireland than in it. I mean,
it's more New Jersey.
People.
There's more New Jersey.
Exactly. Well, to say they're Irish, like.
Yeah, but you're a real one. You're not a fucking plastic patty like me. So you yeah, you're a real one.
I go to England, like, they're all like, "Oh, you're Irish." I'd be like, no, we're not. I'm not fussed on it. Like, I'm not fussed on it. Like.
All right. Well, take advantage of that when you're all overseas. But when you're home, you meet a nice Irish girl. Maybe your dad owns a pub. Give her a chance. Just because she, blew Liam O'Reilly back in fucking 90s. You can come on, it happens.
It is a bit unfortunate. I'm late to the game, like, that's the way I describe it. I was late to the game, and I just gotta have to catch up a wee bit here.
Yeah, it's more important. I tell you something. Regardless of who she's had sex with in the past, if you want, it sounds like, first of all, it sounds like you want a partner. It's much better to have a good partner than.
I wouldn't say go, like, the way I'd say a partner is I wouldn't want to go straight into the deep end here. I want to have a bit of experience and know what I like in a wee girl. You know what I mean?
How do you do that? How do you do that without pulling the trigger? I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's my issue. It's me not pulling the trigger.
Well, all right. Then we solve your problem. Then we solve the problem. Yeah.
You didn't.
I wish I was. If my wife dies, I want to bang a bunch of Irish broads. So I'll tell you. All right, talk to you later. Take care.
Yes,
Bye-bye.
indeed. Have a good one.
Good luck.
Bye-bye.
Steak Aldi's been there forever. Nicholas, I'll get you Ned Cisco. You're right after. Little Aldi, you're on Love Phones. How old are you, first of all? Actually, I know who the fuck you are.
Yeah, you fucking know me.
Yeah, so are you in the States now? What's your situation?
No, well, that's what I was gonna get into. So we all remember the situation about 2-3 months ago regarding when I went to Chicago.
Okay.
Yeah.
You finally closed the deal. What happened?
Yeah. So I pretty much, like, I told you about me not being able to message that well, and then I felt like the conversation pretty much died, but like naturally, right?
Okay.
And then I came to the conclusion, I was here for a couple of months now, and same business as usual.
Sure.
The story. I didn't need to repeat a million times. So I was like, if it's not broke, don't fix it. And I booked the tickets back to Chicago. But the thing is, I haven't spoken to her since then.
Rinse and repeat.
Yeah,
so that's all you can do. That's all I can tell you. You know, we were just talking to that Irishman before. I don't know if you were listening to it, but I mean, but it's just like he wants to get the experience before he commits. That's kind of where you're doing, whether you know it or not. That was a huge risk, and my guess with you, and this is not me insulting you, is you're not a great read of women. You have a lot of trouble reading them. Mm-hmm. So it's probably difficult. It's difficult if you are reasonably good at it, because you never know what they're going to do. Have you called her up and said, I moved back for you? Have you tried that?
No.
You haven't called her?
No.
How long have you been there and she hasn't talked to you?
It's been months. But was
were you expecting her to call you?
No, but no. But I was my full process was, I'm not that great in like texting, so I'll just kind of like, when I'm close to the day, I'll say, oh, by the way, I'm coming back.
So she doesn't know you. She doesn't know you're in Chicago?
No, I'm not. No, I'm in London now. I'm saying
he's booked tickets.
You're going to book tickets, and you haven't heard.
I already have.
He already has.
I already have.
Well, you should have fucking called her ahead of time and tell you were coming, so you wouldn't have to book those tickets. This thing has a return date, correct?
Yes, it's a week.
You fucking call it now, so you're coming.
But what difference does it make if I do it now? If I do it like a couple of weeks?
A huge thing, because you could say I'll be here at such and such a time, or she could tell you right now, I got a boyfriend, I can't do this. You should have been keeping track.
It's too late either way.
Well, how is it?
Then
go and then have a good time in Chicago. Yeah, you already know what to do. You know where to go. You still have an English accent.
Yeah, that's my full process. Yeah.
This is your fault. Be honest with you. You should have stayed in contact with her the whole time you're in London. She probably thought you fell out of love with her, or used her. You got to keep contact. I don't know why. This is what I'm talking about. You're not a real good read.
No, I just felt like
contact going. She probably thought you used her, and you're in love with her the whole time. And I won't call her. I won't keep in touch. You got to keep in touch to see it is, just to see where you stand. Yeah. You got to see where you stand. You got to communicate. Look, women are constantly trying to read to the point where it's annoying, read your vibe. And here's what they're thinking. Does he love me? He loves me? No, he doesn't love me. No, he does love me. He doesn't love me. Look, I mean, literally, to this fucking day, I talk to myself a lot, because it's the only intelligent conversation I can find from time to time. And I say,
oh, wow.
And I'll say fucking something like out loud. And I was like, oh, I should have done that. What should you have done? And I know what she's thinking. Should you have been with another woman? Did you marry the right girl? That's what she's thinking. And I'm just thinking about, I should have bought that game on Steam when it was on sale. Like that's literally it. Or maybe I should have took that object in DayZ and not left it behind. That's all I'm thinking about, because that's how simple I am, right? But they don't see it that way. They're thinking it's about, everything you do is about them, and that's not going to fucking change. You have to keep tabs. You should be calling her right fucking now. It's goddamn Chicago. It's only goddamn what? Not even what? It's not even 6 o'clock
mid-afternoon.
Yeah. Call her right now. Say, look, I'm coming in such and such a time. Can I see you? I'd love to see you again. Okay. And then, if for some reason she says yes, when you get a hold of her and you bang that chick again, this time I want to keep in touch. Is that okay with you? And now you know that you might actually be able to fix the whole fucking thing. If she says I got a boyfriend, just respect that and move on, and then rinse and repeat. This is a part of growing up, but I have to keep tabs on her to some extent. Not as much as I did when we first started dating, or God forbid when I was in my 20s, but you got to keep tabs with them.
But I feel like
when you're in your 20s, you have so many.
Cool Don't you want to be like Big Cool,
No.
not like constantly obsessed and like constantly texting and all of that?
No, it's not constantly texting. It's checking up once a week. No, every week, every day I would be. But if she fires one back after that, yeah, you got to go, but keep going back and forth. You got to measure it. You know, seeming cool. What do you know about being cool?
Nothing.
Exactly. So why did you think this idea was a good one?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. All right, man. Good luck. Let me know how it goes, man. At least you're a saga caller. Everything with you is a saga. All right. Talk to you next time. Stay tuned for part 8. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
I would say this is a good episode. Let's go, Nicholas.
Yeah, I've
Go
got
ahead.
something for you as well.
Go. Okay. All right.
After Nick.
Nicholas,
Hello.
what do you got? How old are you, first off?
I'm 20 years old.
Let's go. What do you got?
So, honestly, I didn't really have like any problems with my relationship, but I kind of just wanted to get your comment on something, if that's possible.
It sure is. Not short of
So,
opinions.
You were gone during all the lolcow shit.
Is this love phones related? Is this love phones related?
No.
No. Sorry, you have to call in another time.
Okay, all right, that's fair.
Gotta call another time. I'll talk to you later, man. Take care. Bye-bye. All right, it's love phones today. Cisco, you're on the air.
Hey, how you doing, man?
How can I help you?
Well, I mean, compared to the other people, I'm 30, man, but I guess I've been with my girl for about like 4 years now.
Yeah.
And I'm hitting that weird stage of life where like
you gotta marry her.
Careers. Well, I do want to, but careers is different, and also it's just I don't know, man. It's weird because basically, I never thought like being put in a position like this would ever come my way, but she basically flat out said to me she would love for me to be a house husband while she works as a CRNA. Which it's not bad.
Yes, but it's gonna make you feel shitty after a while.
That, and also, I mean, I've always been a person that likes doing stuff. Like
here's the thing: I married somebody that makes a lot more money than I do, right? And always would, right? So I sort of know. Here's what I know: you got to do something. And I think as a man, even if your wife ends up making more money than you, which is not the worst thing in the fucking world, but you're always, first of all, if your wife makes more money than you don't get to make the calls that you might want to think you make. All right, because it's just like when the man brings in most of the money, he gets to make more calls than her. So if that's not what you want to be, that's it. And somebody just wrote in, Mike Crawford, take action. And that's what I think. You got to start thinking about your career 24/7. You got to make it a part of your lifestyle, so to speak. And
that's the thing.
And if you end up making less than her, and you guys still love each other, but start the house husband thing. Here's the thing: here's what could happen. You say yes, she's cool with it, and then she becomes uncool with it. Here's one way to get around that: if you're never it. See,
that's how I see it. I mean,
she married me with the hopes that I would get something together, anything, because she knew it was going to be very difficult for me to do it in German space. And the fact is, I was only a soldier. That's the only thing I really had, right? So she knew she had a realistic expectation, and I exceeded it.
You were in the service?
Yeah. Yeah, so
oh shit!
Yeah,
I get that now because I was in the Marine Corps, and I'm actually. This is where it's like career things also like tripping it up because.
What were you in the Marine Corps? What'd you do? Infantry.
I was comm 0651. I don't know what.
Same thing. We're both comma. Did you get anything in there that could lead you to sort of a commo career or something that you could parlay that into some kind of jobs in communications?
Well, actually. I left the IT world to go to nursing school, graduated, and I'm on my route to get an MP license. CRNA.
That sounds awesome. Sounds like you're in there.
Yeah,
do it.
So like,
don't quit. Don't quit if that's what. Don't quit and become a house husband. I don't think it's a good idea because the thing is, she may like it might be cute now. It might feel very empowering. Guess what? It's not empowering when you're 40.
Oh yeah, I know that.
And it just looks bad, right?
I still plan to work, but it's just.
Then just work no matter what. If she ends up making more money than you, she ends up making more money than you. If you fucking fall into something, maybe you get more rich than her. I just say, I would say to her, like, I can deal with you making more money than me. I can deal with that. All right. And because like in my situation, my wife is like 1,000 times more educated than I am, and I could have never done and accomplished what she accomplished. I don't have the intellect to do it, right? I don't have the school skills. I just don't have the skills. We just really dig each other, okay? And she accepted that. So,
hey, man, you got it. You did comms. You knew more. You know how to.
Yeah, I did that, but I ended up on here. I'm talking to you. You know, and now I'm with only holding 100 people over love phones, and I'm doing my best work right now. So go figure.
Hey man, it's smarter than what I do. I mean,
no, it isn't. No, it isn't. It's a fucking lousy job. It's just, but no, I think you got to stay focused on a career only for yourself. Here's another reason you should do it. And I don't know her, and I'm not speaking about her. So first marriages don't usually last. So you better have something to fall back on. So even like if you're here's another thing. If you're a house husband and she wakes up and wants to see somebody else, you've been a house husband for 10 years, and you are not going to get the same leeway that a woman would under the same circumstances, her being a housewife, and it would be difficult for her. So you can't stop building your career for just in case something goes fucking wrong. And I think guys got to go into relationships. You can't say it. You can't say it to her. As far as you know, you guys are you're gonna be buried in the same goddamn coffin for fucking all she knows, and keep that illusion alive. But for you, you have to have something to fall back on if things don't work out. Because a marriage, at the end of the day, is a business relationship. Nobody likes to talk that way, and you can't talk that way, but that's what it is. And considering that's what it is, you got to prepare for it as if that's what it is. It's a business relationship. There's two companies joining.
Well, I'll definitely say, I'd say, aside from all that, I would say the current biggest challenge right now is I reapplied to actually get back into the military as a Navy nurse officer, and that won't happen till.
That ain't gonna happen either, because she's got to follow you then, and she's not gonna want to.
That's the thing. We're trying to.
No, you're not going You're not going back to the military.
Nah.
Not if she has a better job than you.
I guess.
Nope. Tell you right now, it's not happening. Forget it. You want to be with this girl, you got to find a job that's close to her if she makes more of the money.
I don't know, man. I mean, you're right to some extent. I mean, I know, deep down, I won't be just satisfied not doing shit. That's why I always got to do something. You
got to do it just in case things fall apart. So if you're a fucking certified nurse and you're working and something falls apart, you can still do that to support yourself and then get back on track and find somebody else. Don't tell her I said that. Don't you dare tell her I said that. Here's what you're going to say. I need to work. I'm a guy. This is the way I'm there. I can't do it any other way. I'll work if we get comfortable. And it's like if it's something we get in our 40s and you're making mad money, yeah, I'll think about slowing down or going part-time. But for right now, I'm too young to be that way. That's what you got to tell her. I'll follow you. Your career can take the priority. You can get a job nursing anywhere, and Wavy Web Surf was a nurse right up until the time he became a full-time professional YouTuber.
Really?
Yes.
Crazy.
A good one too. So I would your career is nursing, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's a damn good. You got a skill. I thought you were gonna tell me you had no skills. You have a skill. Stick with that. You got to be something, even if she makes more. You got to be something. You can't just sit around. It's not for you. It's not for you.
Nah.
You can't do it. Maybe you can go part time if she has a baby, and then she can go back to work earlier. I mean, me and my wife kind of did that. Maybe, but no, you can't. Do not, because if something doesn't work out, you're literally high and dry. You're like those old fucking 1950s wives where they're before divorce, where their husbands just leave them, and you can't get a job. And next thing you know, you're turning your kids over to the goddamn state because you can't get a job. You're not employable. You have to make yourself employable for the future, but do not tell her that.
Did you know any? This is just it kind of relates to what the other career path I wanted to do down the road, but. Do you know anyone from the reserves or who did reserves?
Oh, you really want to get back in? Yeah, you could do reserves and be a nurse.
Yeah, because
go back in reserves. It's not the same. It's not the same.
It's not the same. No. She said,
I did reserves.
What's it called? If I did active duty, obviously it wouldn't last, and I don't blame.
You can't do active. You cannot do active duty if she has a superior job and she's planted. You cannot do active duty. It's not possible. Active duty are for people that are married to people that can adjust to the military career, not the other way around.
And also, it's not fair to just
drag
her along.
No, especially to ruin her career.
Mm-hmm.
You're already involved with this girl. You got to, and she's obviously making the big bucks. So you got to work with it. And there's nothing wrong with saying like I'm big corporate hot shot chick and my husband's a really great nurse. He's an ass kicking nurse, right? And that's another thing too. If something goes wrong or something like that, like and you guys are making money and there's some complications with the baby, you can quit. You can go part time. There's a lot of you're adjustable, so you can do that. So if she's got to go out and make the big bucks, right? There's nothing wrong with that. But you got house husband. Bullshit. Fuck that shit, and you're not geared for it. Especially if you're in the military. We need to sit around and clean the house all day and jerk off the rest on the computer. I mean, get the fuck out of here.
You know? I mean, unless you give me a workshop and just do like
exactly, you're gonna need to do something. I mean, look, when the baby comes, you're gonna get real fucking busy. I did, you know, and your job. But you're like, taking care of the kids is like easy, you know. I mean, I'm probably wasn't as good a house husband as a woman would be, you know. Like I took care of the baby and I was good. You know, and, you know, but a woman's going to clean the house, take care of the baby, do all that fucking shit. You're not geared to multicast. You're a man.
No, that's true.
Yeah. You can do some stuff, but you'll never be as good as a woman at it. Women are literally biological put together so they can fucking use both hands, both feet, carry the fucking baby, clean, cook at the same time, and wash the fucking floor with their feet. That's how they're. You are not geared that way. You know? So you'll never be, you could be a good house husband, but house husbands are nowhere near as good as housewives. Another thing is you weren't raised like that. A lot of women raise their daughters to be able to use fucking all 4 feet at the same, you know, all 4 hands and feet at the same time. This is how you do it. This is how so what do you learn? Here's how you hit a baseball, son. That's what you learn, you know. Your mom might have taught you how to cook. That's it. You know, which he probably didn't teach you how to cook and clean and balance a checkbook and make a phone call at the same time. That's what women do, you know.
I would say yes and no to a certain point. You know, when you're like the first generation minority kid, you're usually you're doing all that stuff. Anyway.
Yeah, I with if you're Hispanic, which I'm detecting a little bit, yeah, probably more so. But you're still a man, though. You're not fucking wired that way, and the odds are, especially if you're in the military, you're never not going to be a guy. You know, like I'm sorry. Get your nursing degree, work your nursing degree, and your career around her. When the babies come, then maybe you can cool it off. And when the babies get back into school, you can fucking turn it back on and turn it up again. Right? Get in a situation where you can work the hours you want.
It's a plan, man.
There you go, bro.
I appreciate it. It's just
you're gonna be fine. You're gonna be fine. You know, if you're willing to work, but do not take that deal. Do not take that offer. Tell her I am not wired for that. But also tell her if babies come from this that I can adjust. I'm going to put myself in a position where we can adjust if you have to go back to work full time. But I'm not being a house husband. And as soon as the baby's been school, bang, I'm back out because this is how I'm wired. That's what you do. I think you should probably accept that. You know, because you're telling her this is what you can't do, but you're also telling her at the same time this is what I can do as far as that. So I can give you half of that. You're meeting her in the middle.
Okay.
All right.
Compromise.
There you go. That's all it's about, man. Talk to you later. The only bad luck you get if you're with a woman that can't compromise, and then you have a whole different fucking problem. That's a different call for another time.
Gotcha. Oh wait, before I go, I just want to because I didn't know you were in the service, man. How'd you enjoy the army, man?
I loved it. I miss it all. Well, I don't miss as much as I used to, especially since fucking I saw what Obama did to it, but yeah.
I mean, you still talk to
I missed no, not as much. I would say last 5 years kind of drifted. I talked to more guys that were in the service now than the guys I served with. I even called my roommate Rodriguez, and it was like talking to a total stranger. It was such a fucking uncomfortable feeling after this guy used to fucking bang a chick right in the same room with me. And now we're like total strangers. It was a terrible feeling. Yeah.
Sucks, man.
Yeah, it goes. I wasn't infantry though, so that might have something. Because I know if you fight and bleed and stuff like that, then that never goes away. You're always in contact. Because Vega's in contact with everybody, but I worked with a lot of guys. We had a lot of great camaraderie. That's the hardest part to leave is the camaraderie. You never get that back in any other kind of thing, you know, especially not in the corporate world. But yeah, that's the stuff you miss the most. But it's weird to talk to these guys after they mentally left it, because I was only around guys that were like, we're all lifers, you know, and almost very few of us were. Very few of us went the distance, either for injury or divorces or a lot of times it was getting, chaptered. You know, just because of a health issue they didn't see coming. You know, you got to be really lucky to do that 20. You know.
No, absolutely. I mean, I guess that's the entire reason why.
I don't blame you for wanting to go back. It's awesome. It's like a fucking awesome life. It's an awesome life, but you're not a house husband. You're a fucking soldier and you're a nurse, which is probably the closest thing you're going to get to that kind of camaraderie. As long as you can deal with women. Good luck with that.
I'm trying, man.
Talk to you later. Take care. Bye-bye. And that's it, everyone. How do you like that for a love funds? How about an hour and a half? That was a good one.
That was good.
That was a good.
You should check what High as a Kite sent you.
Let me see.
That's what I sent you as well. It's beautiful.
It's beautiful. Let's see how beautiful it is. Let's see what the fuck is.
That's amazing.
Well, how come I can't? Is it downloaded that quick?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. Let me see. What is this shit? There's me and there's you. Do your part as a man. I want it. I want you to fuck me as hard as you can. I am so turned on right now. This is what I want right now. Do it for me. I want this. Do it now. I'm so hot right now. Right now. I want it now. This is what I want. Please, now. Dude, you should have done the hat thing. That was too fucking funny. That was too fucking funny. Oh man, what do you got? What do you got for me? Is that it?
Yeah, that was it.
All right, let's do Pat's.
That'd be a good new dono sound. I want it now.
Or I want it now. Yeah, good point. Old Jeannie doing her job in the absence of Mr. Matt. Let's see. No. Old Matt's getting it done. That says he has a lot of faith in you. Our community.
Ooh.
Yeah, he did. He said that. Where the fuck is this? Oh God, I hate this.
Yeah.
Am I signed in even? I'm Mass Poker. I didn't fucking.
You signed in. It shows in the
where's
bottom
my,
left.
Creator. Oh yeah. I gotta switch. I gotta switch to creator. Yeah. Audience. There we go. All right, they changed a lot of things, and I don't like it. I don't like when things change. I am old. I don't like the old stuff. Oatbag, Mixon, Abby Blackburn, Ashley B, Billion Bones, Blue Jacket, Cody Grill, Everborn, Lechky Gothboy, Little Manly, Nesquick, Not Your Typical Mom, Panic Pun, Riddle Hughes, Tommy C's Cat, Trippy, Savage, Irish, Genie in a Bottle, Picklington, and that's it. There you go. No, you. All right, we're done for the fucking weekend. Should be good news. It should be on lolcow at least by Tuesday. I don't know anything besides that, but yeah, that's it. That's all we got. See you. No after show today. I want to decide what I want to do with myself. Who's Shriek? How do you have a little S? Hold on, so go to channel. Who that? You get 100K. Wow, how do you get 100K? And you just use it has the S in your name. You don't have a profile. Excellent work. Amazing.
He just has one video too.
Yeah.
Do you have a clip of that?
His videos real quick.
Yeah,
I'm dating this cool Danish and really going the extra mile to be romantic and let her know she's special so I don't lose her. Secretly, I just want to get to a place where I can hit it and grab a beer.
Yes. There you go.
It's just it's shit posting like memes.
Yeah. Oh, good job. It's probably good stuff. All right. Again, my best show. Nobody watches it. Don't understand it. Never will. I don't know. I enjoy doing it though. It's good stuff.
I love them.
You love them. I think I was a little worried before about being able to get up for this but I think I succeeded, and that's why. Nick asked me, why do you do it if you don't want to do it? And I'm like, because you have to do it. You never know. You have to do it. Otherwise, you just become a bum. All right, let's go play Daisy. Night, everybody. Bye.
Yep.